see the game, how we play, the way the D handle the puck, the talk behind the net, and see the D zone. So it's definitely helpful.
Does it feel like the last 7 years just flew by? I mean, being back here.
Yes, it's been 7 years, to be gone. So, but it feels like being back to normal. The place here. A lot of people in Detroit, so it's nice that the time flew by quickly and I'm back.
Peter, how do you just feel just putting the sweater back on?
Yeah, it feels great. First steps in the NHL were here. It wasn't easy to leave this place, but that's how hockey world is. That's how it works sometimes, and to put it back on, it's a privilege, and I'm excited.
How does it feel just to be in an important game with playoff implications for the first time in a while?
Like I said, those last 20 games are always so much fun to play. You play for so much. You play for playoff position, and every games matter. So. I know I haven't played for a while, but having a couple practices, a couple of goalie drills in the last 3-4 days helps, and we're moving forward for tonight.
Are you working on your helmet or?
Yes, I do. I think I'm going to get the helmet that I'm missing in my collection from the years I was here before. So I hope it's going to be delivered soon.
Peter, how would you say your game has grown? In what ways do you take most pride in the growth of your game?
Yeah, a lot of game changed during since I was in here. More calm now. I'm not all over the place like I used to be. So the technical part definitely grow on me during the years.
How easy is it to assimilate to new defensemen in front of you and to play like that? How have you guys been able to work that out over the last couple of days?
Yeah, I've been talking with Westy, with the goalie coach about it, with Talbs and with Alex as well, how they manage this, and I watched the game in Ottawa, how it should be easy. I don't think there's going to be any problem there.
Peter, you're a much more experienced goalie now than you were the last time you put on the Red Wings uniform. How has that helped you grow, and what has it taught you?
Yeah, it taught me a lot. Like you said, it's been a long time that I'm gone. So during those years, you learn a lot of things with different coaches and different techniques. But I think I settled in that pretty good with being more patient. Don't overplay the game much and wait for the play to develop.
Thank you. Could be looking for. Other than that, I thought if you really look at the chances, it's our own fault. It's not like the PP is doing something tremendous to beat us. It's usually ourselves that beat us, and just got to come up with a way to avoid easy mistakes, and we'll get another shot at it tonight. Hopefully we'll get something going, get those negative streaks off the record there a little bit.
Has made a lot of adjustments on it in the last few weeks as far as being aggressive, not being as aggressive. Just what's kind of the mindset there?
I mean, the mindset is it stays the same. I think if the puck's bouncing around the yellow, you want to pressure like every other team. Other than that, we want to stay in our structure and just really eliminate danger zones in front of our net. And I think usually we do a pretty good job. It's just an easy mistake, usually in the end of a power play that kind of kills us and then takes the momentum away from us.
When you're on that stretch like this recent, how do you avoid from pressing too much to try to kind of break it or get it all back? Like, how do you stay, I guess, present in the moment?
No, you can't really just let it, get too much in your head. I mean, other than that, I think you get a chance of playing a lot of games in a short amount of time, and just gotta try to refocus, get ready, and just try to stay perfect on the PK again. Other than that, I think there's not much you can do, to be honest.
Hey, Mel, even with the loss on Monday, does the way you guys played give you some wind in your sails, some momentum entering tonight?
It should. I thought we played a really solid hockey game. Played good hockey against a team that's in front of us in the standings, and obviously that means a little bit more right now, especially against Ottawa. I thought we handled their checking skills well, their toughness pretty well too, and created a lot of danger zone shots. I thought obviously Omar played great, but I thought if we play that game again, I think we'll have a good chance of winning it, and that should be the mindset going into tonight. Just try to reestablish the same mentality and go from there.
From the outside looking in, it feels like the same story as last March, as 2 Marches ago. Have you guys felt any of that in here, and how do you combat those feelings from simmering up in this room?
Obviously, it's hard to not remember those things. Just stay present, stay in the moment, look around, you see new faces. Obviously they haven't been here, and maybe that's a good way to look at it. Just use their new spirit and just don't think about it too much.
You mentioned mentality in connection to that Ottawa game. Is that the aspect of it you'd most like to carry forward, and could you expand on exactly what that mentality sort of was?
I thought everything was really good. I mean, we didn't allow a 5-on-5 goal. That's obviously something positive. Even the game before, we limited the goals against than in the other games. We came out, we played a really good road game. Now obviously we want to take care of home ice. But yeah, if you want to pick one thing, I think we stayed mentally dialed the whole game, even though things weren't always as pretty, and I think that's a good start.
Is that a game where you're still pretty content with the power play, even though it doesn't go in the net, just seeing the chances you guys were able to get at that?
I think so, yes. I think at least we created momentum, and I think that's the number one priority going into every power play. Either you score or you at least get a little momentum swing, and I thought we did that. Looking at it now, I think we can even do a better job and hopefully continue with a good power play tonight.
Todd, was having Peter in as a backup the other night just a good way for him to kind of absorb?
Yeah, Peter's kind of a unique one because he's coming back and he's familiar with trainers. He's familiar with a lot of the faces that are around. He's played with a couple of the guys in the past, whether it was here or on different teams. So it's not like he's a brand new guy, but having him active on the bench the other night was important. They had the 3 goalie thing going in Chicago, and his participation level there probably slipped a little bit too because of their commitment to the other 2. So having him there and having him around the team, meetings, all that type of stuff certainly didn't hurt.
When you do have 3 like that, Todd, what's the challenge? Just basically the workload for everybody, or?
Yeah, you know what? It's interesting because as soon as we got to 3, everybody started about, this challenge. It's going to be hard. You guys are going to have to manage it. There's 2 nets. There's 3 goalies. We practice. We have a goalie coach out there. He can move them around. I know goalies are quirky and they like to have their own net, but tough luck. Work at your game, and one of you is going to start, and if you play real well, you're going to finish the night. And that's all we're asking them to do. It's quite simple for me. So I don't think it's a problem or an issue at all.
I object to the fact that you said that...
Except Panger was going to be in the back row.
I don't back you up on that color.
See, Razor? Yeah. And how did you get the one beside you so
I'm
close?
sitting down here to make him look bigger. Go ahead, Coach.
Hi, Panger. Razor.
Todd, you have 40 or more shots in 3 of the last 6 games. How important is it just to kind of maintain that aggressiveness, that shooting mentality?
Well, we had some time yesterday to really dig into our 6 games, and we have had, we've had 49, 48, 40, I think, in those 3 nights, and those weren't winning nights. So we have to find ways to maintain that, but we also have to find ways to put a puck or 2 behind them. And the first thing you do is when you see a heavy shot night, you go and you look and you want to know if it was just all fluff or if there were some inside opportunities, rebounds, second chances. Were we in his eyes? And we were those things in Ottawa. The goalie just pulled off a Panger night, and we were on the wrong end of it. So that's the way it went there. But overall, I think we calculated we're at a 5.2 shooting percentage over the 6 games. That usually doesn't get you a lot. And on the other side of the coin, we've had nights of 19, 21, and 23 shots against, and the other team shooting at 15.2 shooting percentage. So that golf kind of sums everything up for us. It's not really happening for us at one end, and it's not getting taken care of at the other, and hence here's where you're at. Yet in almost 5 of the 6 games, we were either leading or tied it deep into the game. And, so we're right on the edge. We've just got to switch those numbers around a little bit and get them working in our favor, and we'll be fine.
Do you feel like the team's been kind of receptive to that? Like, it can be obviously pretty discouraging to have a game like this.
Well, it can be. And I think if we were running around here skipping rocks and jumping around and there would be a lot more concern than the tenseness and the seriousness that is in our room right now, and that's a good sign for us. Although sometimes that tension can work against you, so we're trying to remind them that they played some really good hockey. They've gone on really good long winning streaks. They've been able to score. They've been able to prevent. Try and keep the belief system up, but also hold them accountable for their lackadaisical play, which has cost us in some games.
Todd, watching Marco Casper in these playoff style games that are tight checking, not much time and space, he seems pretty sturdy, pretty unafraid. Just what have you liked about the way his game might be suited to these types of moments in this environment?
The word we were using yesterday or the day before, when watching some of the clips again, was fearless. He has no problem driving wide, putting his shoulder down and going to the paint. And he has no problem standing in front of a one-timer from the blue line to create a screen. He has no, so he does play that fearless, hard game, which at this time of the year is certainly appreciated.
Todd, the challenge of Buffalo, they're coming off a win against the Oilers right now. Obviously, they're playing free hockey. What is the challenge of a team like that right now for your team?
Well, they have their own thing going on there right now, but when I look at their team, the defense is really active. It's active out of their zone. It's active in the offensive zone. It's involved in all of the offensive part of the games, and they seem to be a real good rush team. Once they get rolling around in the offensive zone, they're tough to handle. Their size that they have can score. You look at Thompson and you look at Tuck, and their ability to handle pucks with their reaches makes it that difficult. And then there's other areas of the game that you hope that you can expose them in, but they're doing a real good job of getting their team in order, and I think Lindy's got them playing some good hockey right now. We will have our hands full tonight.
Smith jumps in the other night in Ottawa. Obviously, he's a guy that's been around the league for a while, but what did you think of just his debut and jumping in with this group so quickly?
I liked his game. It's never easy, but because he's had experience with it before, I think he knows how to deal with it. I liked how he skated. I liked his forechecking. He loosened up some pucks for his line mates, went to the net, and wasn't at the scene of any crimes really in our end. So it's a pretty good night for a new player on a new team.
I know Petr Mrazek's been in the league for a while, but before the trade deadline, when his name started coming up in conversations in here, is there anything you go and look at with him, like his numbers or video or anything?
Just to clarify, was Peter, is that right?
Peter,
that's who you were asking about? Well, I would be, if I said I did that, I'd be lying. I don't profess to know a whole lot about goaltending. We have a staff here that would analyze, his play and where he's at and where he's been. And there's always the character references that you want to check on. And, he's played here before. There's a lot of people that we can access in the past, but also in the present to cover that. So did I go look at video and analytics based on Peter's play? No, I didn't. But we had people that did.
Hey, Todd, just the day off yesterday, was that just a mental thing, or what?
Well, it wasn't a day off. It was a non-skate day for us. Coming back, as you guys know, coming back from Ottawa is not an easy thing. You'd think it was just down the road, but it provides for a pretty late night, and the game started later because of all the presentations and ceremonies. So we decided that we would bring the players to the rink and we challenged them the day before, and we would look at how they responded to certain areas of the challenge. A little bit of a workout in the gym just to clean the legs out, and we had a full morning skate. So different routine than we've had over the last little bit. We'll see if that helps. See you tonight.
Thanks, Dave.
Yeah.